Good morning. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing the second half of last week's What Sold, which would be for last weekend, September 23rd through the 25th. I had sales on 3 platforms: eBay, of course, Mercari, and Posh. Now this week I received a message through Bonanza that I have a cease and desist warning from a company for 2 Hershey plush that I had listed on there. Now, it's not the first time I've got notices like that, and in the past I've just went ahead and took the item off of eBay because the 2 accounts are synced. That's how it's been set up. You know, all of your eBay stuff automatically goes over into Bonanza, so there's no way to stop it unless you want to pre-approve every single listing that goes into Bonanza before it's listed, and not worth the time. You guys see how few sales I've been getting ever since I started the whole end and sell similar each month. Bonanza just can't keep up, and I'm not going to pay for memberships over there, and I think that's the only way you're going to get your stuff into Google. So I've decided I'm going to I put Bonanza on vacation immediately when I got the notice. But to be honest, I don't think they're vetting these notices at all. There was another person in another group that posted about it also just today, and I responded to it, but she's been getting it on other brands like Gund, and I just wonder even if they're fabricated, because I've never got one on there for Gund. And you guys know I list tons of Gund and I sell tons of Gund. So it's just not worth it. It's not. So I'm going to be taking Bonanza off of my platforms. It's just annoying because I think they're false claims, but on Bonanza there's nothing you can do. Well, I mean, on eBay you can't either, but you know what I mean. At least on eBay we all know about a lot of them. But it's funny as though I had only 2 that they pulled off of Bonanza, but I went and looked on eBay. I have 30 plush that are Hershey's. So just putting it out there. But it's annoying because it was a good platform for me. You know, I used to make maybe, I don't know, 10 sales a month, but it was just more getting eyes on your products. But so now enough Facebook. I actually made a sale on Facebook this weekend, but I only have about 35 items on there, and I'm not doing anything with it anymore. I'm gonna take them down. So I'll be down to my faithful 3. eBay, of course, will always be the best platform, and then Poshmark and Mercari. Oh, and Etsy. I forgot about Etsy. I like Etsy, but I don't make a whole lot of sales on there because I don't have very much listed. And that's just my fault. I've been concentrating on Mercari and Poshmark, and Etsy's just kind of been neglected. So I had a couple on Mercari. This first one is a How to Train Your Dragon plush, 4-inch, from 2019. It sold for $7. And then these 2 Dimensions Learn a Craft cross stitch kits. I think these are probably something I picked up at a yard sale. Probably paid like a quarter or 50 cents each. They sold for $7. Poshmark, I've mentioned this before, a lot of I think almost 99% of my clothes that are listed on eBay I have cross-listed to Poshmark. And then I've been doing more plush and hard goods and stuff like that. But these are J. Crew women's jeans. They sold for $18 on Poshmark. And then this is a plush Commonwealth Tan Bear plush reversible. If you flipped it inside out, it looked like a little present, like a Christmas present. It sold for $22 on Poshmark. And then these. I learned something in this mistake, which is right. That's what we're supposed to do. We learn from our mistakes. These are Sperry Topsider shoes. Now, in the tag, it said 7M. I thought M meant medium. I'm thinking now, looking back, that this means men's. So this person bought them and realized they're men's, and I went ahead and told Poshmark that I would accept a return on them. My mistake. But I'll know from this point forward to definitely check if a shoe size has an M or a W. I always thought W wide, M medium, but I've not been selling a whole lot of shoes. I'm just now starting to pick up more. But lesson learned. All right, eBay. Little Tykes, Toddle Tots. Love to pick up the vintage Little Tykes. This sold for $22.45 on eBay. Discovery Toys, 10 grams, 7 pieces of cleverness puzzle. I think this was from my classroom when I was a teacher, and I'm recording.
Are you?
I am. Are you going to fix the door?
I'll try.
Okay. I had this in my classroom. My students loved this. There's a book that goes with it, and it would give you a design that you had to make with all 7 pieces. It was a favorite. I ended up making like kits of like laminated stuff because it's a very fun, works your mind, kind of mind-boggling puzzle. It sold for $8.96. These I picked up at an estate sale. I think it was like a baggie. All of these were in a baggie, and I paid $1 or $2 for them. No markings other than it said made in Japan. I just decided to keep them together. I mean, the largest one was only 1 inch tall. They sold very quickly for $22.45. This is an iridescent art glass pumpkin figure. Again, 3 inches tall. Picked it up at an estate sale. I think it's my little favorite one we like to go to on Wednesdays. It sold for best offer of $20. I picked these up at an estate sale. I want to say I paid $1 for both of them, or maybe $1 each. I don't quite remember, but these are IBM Selectric print element balls. How many of you guys remember typing on them? When I was in the military, this is what we typed with. Big old heavy, oh, in fact, we have one down here. Heavy IBM Selectric typewriters. They're massive and they're heavy. The cases weren't in great condition. I decided to keep them together. They sold for $17.95. Now this was a surprise for me. I've heard of the Gund Mutsy. It's a larger plush, the vintage one is, and it does very, very well. I'll try to get Robert to pop up the Mutsy plush. But this was just a little 4-inch tall puppy that was dark brown. I think I saw one that was the same size, but it was like the lab color, the yellowish color. Priced high, but I don't know if I found any comps on it. So I decided to throw a crazy price on it, $39.95. It sold with my sale for $35.95 very quickly. Now these, I picked up a bunch of, I want to say Homco figures. Bad buy, by the way. Bad buy. But these hay bales were with them. They're like small dollhouse size, but made out of straw. So, I mean, not just like the Little Tykes ones that are plastic. So I just picked a price again because I couldn't find anything on it. There's no manufacturer or anything. And it probably took about 2 months, but they sold for $20. So that $20 paid for the whole buy, which was a bad buy. So no harm, no foul, right? This is Dakin. I think it's more contemporary. Tan Bear, 9-inch. It sold for $11.66. I think I sold the larger version of this Who Framed Roger Rabbit plush in my last What Sold. And I think I mentioned that I had sold the other one, but now I'm realizing it was after that one. This is 1987. Has the suction cups on the hands and feet. It sold for $13.45. These are the creepiest plush ever, but definitely keep your eyes out for them. You can't miss them because look at their teeth. They're like made out of real false teeth. But they're called Fugglers plush. This one was called Suspicious Fox. They're by Spin Master. This one's 10 inches. They have smaller versions and bigger versions. It sold for $17.95. Still selling a lot of plush. This is Gund. And his name was Aloysius. I thought that was a cute way, because I've seen the way it's spelt, which I can't even tell you how it's spelt, but it's O's and U's and all kinds of other letters. But 11-inch plush, very cute. I had not had this one before. It sold for $11.25. These are Lee Riders jeans. I talk about them all the time. We pick most of our jeans up for $2 or less, but like the other day we went to a thrift store and Robert ended up picking up 34 pairs of jeans. It was a fill a garbage bag for $10. 34 pairs of jeans. Most of them will be Aeropostale, Old Navy, Lee, some of the other brands, just general jeans that, you know, you can find at any yard sale or thrift store. Sold these for $10 best offer. This is a dandy yellow duck plush. This one is 8 inches. It did make quack sounds when you squeezed it. A lot of my plush like this I don't put in with the rest of the plush. I don't want them accidentally being compressed and the batteries dying before I sell them. That's always, you know, a chance you take with these plush that make sounds and the batteries are internal in the plush. So I try to keep them separate in another area, and I just put a lot of the either battery operated ones or these, you know, separate from the others so that there's no issue. It sold for $8.96. Normally I wouldn't pick up Oriental Trading Company, and I don't quite remember where these came from, but they were just these little small finger puppets, a zebra, a lion, a zebra, a lion, and an elephant. And they sold very quickly for best offer of $9. Now, I picked 2 blankets up at an estate sale. I either paid $3 each or $5 each, but they were this Missouri River brand blankets. This one has this buffalo skull print on it. They were still new with their tags, sealed in a bag. This one sold for $19.76, but it took a while. This is Bunnies by the Bay. I love that brand. I pick up lots of Loveys, and then there's several plush series that they have out. This was a little like Easter basket plush. That coil here is actually metal. It took a little while, probably 6 months or longer to sell, but it did end up selling for $18, and it isn't even Easter. Fisher Price Little People, lots and lots of that still selling. This was just a small set of 3 fences and the farm harness. It sold for best offer of $12. American Eagle jeggings. These sold for best offer of $15. More Little People. This dog here with the blue collar is actually a little bit harder to find. Normally you'll see them with the red collar. This set of the farmer boy and the dog sold for $16. Hollister. We pick up lots of Hollister also. These sold for best offer of $10. Now all of these are not free shipping. I do charge additional for shipping. Usually on the pants that are going to be over a pound, I charge the $8.99 flat rate, and they either get put in the cardboard flat rate envelope or the padded flat rate envelope. This is vintage Fisher Price Little People again. This is a clown. It did have the wood body. I almost always will put wood body or plastic body, depending on which, and I don't commingle them usually. All wood bodies go together, and if they're wood body, wood head, they're by themselves. Wood body, plastic head, and then like this one, and then just the plastic ones. It sold for $7.50, best offer. Now these Ariat cowboy boots, they ended up having issues, like in the back of the, I don't know, yeah, here. In the back here, it was starting to like show wear on the edge there. I just decided to list it kind of low, and they sold very quickly, $26.95. And then this is Mattel Minnie Mouse Bath Plush. She is made out of that nylon material. She had a little bit of age-related kind of yellowing on her white hands. It was listed probably, I want to say 5 or 6 months. Sold for best offer of $14. Not all Jellycat is a bolo. This is one that was not it, and I was hoping, you know, every time I find Jellycat, I'm thinking, ooh, maybe this is a $25, $30, $35. For me, those are big sales. But this was just one of the 13-inch plush. He sold for $8.96, but he did sell very quickly. And then last, this is my big sell for the weekend. This is Kids Preferred. Sometimes Kids Preferred and Carter are, you know, together, the same brand. Anytime you see a plush that's shaped like a star, definitely check the comps. There are several brands that put out plush like that. This was a pink rabbit. It says Sweet Dreams across the chest from 2003, and it sold for $53.95. So a nice sale. Because most of these, like I said, I usually pay $1 or less for most of my plush, and at the bins it's by the pound, so you know it's way less than $1 for a lot of these small plush. But that's it. I'm going to get some stuff worked on. I am in my official week where I don't list any plush. Yesterday, it takes longer. It takes longer. Yesterday, I only processed 21 items that I was going to list this morning. And usually with plush, some days I do anywhere between like 35 and 50. If they're all ready to go. They've either come from upstairs because they've been laundered, or I've already checked them over and did my other cleaning to them, and they're ready to go also. But I'm determined to get a lot of this other stuff. That does take more time to prepare, clean, pack, all of that stuff. So, but still not bad. It was high dollar stuff though that I've just kind of been putting off because of the tediousness of listing breakables and electronics and dishes, all of that type of stuff. But I'm determined this whole week, no plush unless it's high dollar, and get a lot of this other, what I call them my one touches. I've looked at it and I'm like, and it gets set aside. Well, this is the week I'm dealing with a lot of the ass. All right, let's all get to work, right? Bye.